Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Happy Devils Wednesday. This is Devils After Dark, coming to you live from the Primetime Radio studios inside the bunker in an undisclosed location in beautiful New Jersey, and cross-continent to the Michael J. Fox studios in Beverly Hills, California. It is Scotty, a Sirius XM liquid metal, as the Devils, hunt down the Boston Bruins 5-1, putting a shotgun into that bear.
Jeez. How about we'll just say bash the Bruins or something like that?
I don't know. Max has texted me, and that was that's all I could come up with on top of my head.
Sam was always about, old Yellerin, everybody over here, just taking them out behind the barn.
Yes.
Behind the barn Bruins.
Yeah, 6 feet under. All good.
Well, welcome. How's everyone doing? I hear it's a little chilly over there in New York, and New Jersey, and the entire tri-state, or actually like East Coast, right?
Yeah. It's like -15.
Something like that. Yeah, I heard it was like 3 degrees last night, and then the wind chill and everything else. That's pretty cold.
What is
pretty
that?
Cold.
Negative 500 Celsius.
Negative 500. Yeah, it's a crisp 61 over here in LA right now. So burr. Pretty cold, Sam Wu. Pretty cold.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what to say to that, Scotty, other than I'm half asleep right now.
I was getting it from all my work friends too. They're like, it's freezing in New York. So everyone bundle up, stay warm, get those pocket and feet warmers. Like you're going to an outdoor game. Like you're getting seats from Sam Wu, who's going to seat you at the top of Giants Stadium when it's negative 20 degrees outside. So make sure you dress.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I was sitting down next to the Jonas Brothers with that, with the pyrotechnics.
Yeah, you were nice and toasty. Yeah. Sam had his shoes off. He had his socks off, actually. Had his feet up because they were too warm.
Took off the extra gloves off.
Well, we're all in a good mood here for an obvious reason. Hey, look who came to play today. It's the New Jersey Devils. And what do you know, Sam Wu? What a coinkydink, huh? The man who led the Devils to their first championship. And if you recall, I don't remember, what year was that? The year of when John McClain took over as head coach, and things didn't go so well. And we brought an old friend back to the fold. And he simplified things for this team. And even though they didn't end up making the playoffs that year, they went on a hell of a run and completely turned everything around and totally redeemed themselves. Talking about arguably the greatest coach in the history of the New Jersey Devils, and that would be Mr. Jacques Lemaire. It was his night to get inducted into the Ring of Honor, and the Devils showed up to play for their former coach. Let's talk about it right now and get through the recap. Hello, everyone on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and X and everywhere else. What's up? Happy Wednesday. Big game today with the big bad Boston Bruins, who got shotgunned, according to Sam Wu, coming to town to try and spoil things for this team. Now, in the first period, they played really well, but they didn't have anything to show for it, which gets a lot of us nervous in recent times because we've seen this, and then we've seen the team come out in the second period and go what? Sleepwalking. Okay? They played really, really well. Unfortunately, the Bruins are the one that ended the first period with the lead. You get Morgan Geekie getting his 12th of the year from Pasternak and our old friend Pavel Zacha. 5:50 into the first. Kind of a tough one to put on Jacob Markstrom, who we are hoping is okay. We'll get to that in just a little bit. But a nice snapper there from Geekie on the side. Couple passes, Pasternak sets up Geekie there. And Bruins get the lead 1-0, although the Devils outplayed the Bruins in that first period. And they continue to outplay them through the entire game. And they were finally rewarded for their hard play in the second period. Only $1:24 into it. You get Dawson Mercer, who's someone we have all been talking about, saying, hey, where the hell is DM gone? He's been very quiet down there on that third line. We were talking a lot. A shakeup must happen. And Sheldon Keefe Richards, he got himself some satisfaction today from his line shakeup. Forgot to mention that. Lines got shuffled around. What's that third line now? Justin Dowling down the center, Mercer on one wing, and Timo Meier on the other side, which I think could be a very good thing. This line had a lot of good chemistry out there today, and maybe this is what Timo needs to get away from the top six and get down onto the bottom six, where we know his talent level, exceeds the bottom six, and maybe he can take advantage of some mismatches. And that is what he did, putting up 2 assists today, setting up Dawson Mercer, not once, but twice. Timo was on the forecheck there in that third line. He's able to get the puck from behind the net and circle around and puts a pass towards the center that Dawson Mercer, I think this is the one where he had to do the turn and burn, right? I think it went off of the pass was kind of partially deflected, and Dawson Mercer does eventually, I think it's a shot, and then he gets a turn and burn opportunity, and he's able to put it past Swayman for his 11th goal of the season there at 1:24. And Devils fans rejoice. The puck has gone in the net. Thank you. And it's from someone on the bottom six, which is what we have all been calling for. And then it wasn't too long later after that, only about 3 minutes at 4:12. I'm sorry, what is that? Okay, all right. I'm getting in my ear right now that we need to go to the Let's Go Devils podcast studios, because we have right now for you a Devils After Dark game update with the king of the football calls himself, Sam by God. Woo!
This game update is brought to you by And Crew Brew. And Crew Brew, where we make winning memories together, one crew at a time. Devils, Bruins, at Prudential Center. -5 degrees outside, winds 10 miles per hour. It doesn't matter. The Devils are driving in the red zone right now. Hamilton out of the shotgun. The puck is snapped. He hands off to Heischer. Heischer runs around the corner into reverse. It goes back to Brad. Brad's running, but he finds Hamilton in the end zone. Touchdown Devils! Touchdown Devils! Dougie Hamilton spikes the puck in the end zone. Goldilocks, get away from the Three Bears. Devils up 2-1. That one is for you, Markstrom. Let's go, Devils! Woo!
Goldilocks, the Three Bear reference. Wow. Wow. Now that's that's what happens when you put the helmet on, Sam Wu. The pure gold just comes flowing out of the mouth right there.
Is that Hamilton's new nickname now, Goldilocks?
Goldilocks, I think so. I think so. And I think you also came up with another great thing for the Devils, the red zone. I don't know how we didn't come up with this before, but obviously with the team colors, I think red zone works pretty well for these New Jersey Devils. So, Sam, how did we not realize that before? The red zone. Come on. That's right there. It was in our laps. It's in our laps.
I remember the no fun zone.
I remember the no fun zone as well. But the red zone. I was like getting a pass right on the tape right there. That's right. Dougie Hamilton with the PPG power play goal. The first of 3 power play goals for the New Jersey Devils tonight. Makes the score 2-1 at 4:12 of the second period. Nico, how many did Nico have? Yeah, he had a 3-point night. Old Nico Hischier. Just for Bratt gets the primary. And yeah, Nico is able to get to pass to Bratt, and Bratt did a lot of this work over here. He's moving around there on the far side, and Dougie's just kind of peeling down, fading down to the face-off circle, and Jasper Bratt is able to find the seam right across the defense of the Boston Bruins and puts the puck on the stick of Dougie Hamilton, who smashes it home past Swayman there for his 7th of the year. PPG, which is another thing the Devils have been desperately in need of. More power play goals from this offense. And now, actually, I do believe just before this happened, yes, this is when the Jacob Markstrom injury happened, with the Bruins forward there crashing into the net. I don't believe it was a malicious thing or not. It looked kind of like just, hey, he's going hard at the net. He's trying to stop. He wipes out. But Markstrom's leg kind of gets bent an awkward way against the post. And he immediately just kind of laid there on the ice, and it didn't look too good. And when you look at the replays, you're just like, ooh, legs are not supposed to bend that way. Soon as we get a goalie who knows how to goalie, damn it. So hopefully, I don't know if there were any updates. I didn't see the post-game presser or anything like that. So if anyone saw Max, I know our man Max is probably on it. If anyone saw any updates on Jacob Markstrom from the post-game presser, please put it in the YouTube chat comments over there. Obviously, he had to be helped off the ice. He skated off, but he could not put any pressure on, and obviously he needed, little bit of this action, when he was getting taken off the ice. So we are hoping, because Jacob Markstrom has been, I can say a rock, but he's been a wall in net there for the New Jersey Devils. And even when they've been on this slide recently, he has kept them in so many games. And the confidence that he gives the team, the forwards and the defensemen, is just, you can't measure it. You can't measure it. So we are really, really hopeful that this is not a serious injury. Maybe he doesn't miss any time at all, but if he does, oh, please, I hope it is a very, very small, limited number of games that he is out of the lineup, because we want him back as soon as he's ready. Don't rush him back either if he's not, let him heal. But, man, it could be a devastating blow to this team moving forward. But Mr. Jake Allen came in, and he played pretty damn well in relief of Jacob Markstrom, making some big saves and not letting in another Boston Bruins goal. So we move on a little later into the period. We're back on the power play once again. And this time, it's the man who just keeps adding and adding and adding to his career high, and that is Stefan Nason gets another PPG power play goal at 16:01 of the second period. We got Nico Hischier again in there, and Jack Hughes. Woo, baby. Jack Hughes was dancing out there on the ice at this point on this power play, moving up and down the wall over here, deacon players, making people miss. He feeds Nico Hischier down low, and Nico just kind of tries to swing it at the net, and it ends up hitting. It hits off Zadorov. Did it hit his skate or his stick? I think it hit off Zadorov's skate, and it goes right to Stefan Nason, who you know is in his favorite spot, parked right in front of the goaltender. And Nace tries to pull it back and chip it up, and it gets almost like stuck on the top of the skate of Swayman. And then with the backhand, Nace just one more whack and gets it into the net for his 18th goal of the year for Stefan Nason at 16:01. And then we go back to the old face-off circle, drop the puck once again, and 12 seconds later, Dawson Mercer's like, hey guys, don't forget about me. If I score 2 goals, maybe you'll buy me an Aunt Crew Brew over an American whiskey. I'm 21 now. I can drink beer. And at 16:13, DM gets his second goal of the game, his 12th of the year, and again, more hard work from Dowling and Timo, forechecking their ass off behind the net. Timo gets the puck. He gets it over to Dowling, who feeds Dawson Mercer, who's right out in front, just like he was on that first goal. And he's able to slam that bad boy home with the snapper for his 12th of the year, put the Devils up 4-1, a 4-goal outburst in the second period for your New Jersey Hockey Devils. And oh, baby, was it sorely, sorely needed. Not only from the scoring perspective, but just to feel good. Just to feel good. Because the Devils, they've had some good quality shots, but nothing was going. They had no finish. Today, they got a little finish. Let's hope this is the start of that slump being over. Okay, we move into the third period over here. And we're getting pretty close to the end of the game. About 13:32 into it. And we... Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, it's Mrs. Wu again. Hey, once... Okay, all right. I'm hearing... Okay, right now I'm being told that we need to go back again to the Let's Go Devils podcast studios for yet another Devils After Dark game update with the king of the football calls himself, Sam. By God. Woo!
This game update is brought by A Crew Brew. A Crew Brew, where we make winning memories together, one crew at a time. Back at the Rock, Devils have a 4-1 lead. Driving down the ice. Hamilton out of the shotgun. He's calling it audible. The puck is snapped. He drops back. He finds Hischier in the end zone. Touchdown Devils! Touchdown Devils! Touchdown Devils! The Redcoats are coming! The Redcoats are coming! The Redcoats are coming! It's Jacques Lemaire night! Woo! Are you ready, New Jersey? Devils take a 5-1 lead! Oh yeah! And take the Bruins by the barn and shoot it! This game is over, and the fat lady is singing saying. You know it. Woo!
Wow. Just throwing it right at it. Just take him out of the barn and not even old Yeller at him. You're just going to shoot him right there. Oh, Sam Wu. Yes, the Redcoats were driving into the red zone. I think once again there, Sam Wu.
Well, red coat, the ceremony. Paul Revere,
all right.
Paul Revere.
I was just thinking of the jerseys there. I almost forgot
Boston
about the
Tea Party.
Boston Tea Party. Okay.
Yeah, a little. Yeah.
Short Sky, our resident history teacher would be very proud of you right now. Short Sky would be very proud of you.
Oh, I'm sure. He probably would have wanted, and bayonet them behind the barn. Take your cannon and shoot the bear behind the barn.
Behind the outhouse. Bayonet him behind the outhouse. Wow. That helmet is squeezing history knowledge out of Sam Wu's head right now.
Totally. That's what happened.
Into these football calls. I mean, Sam Wu, bravo. 2 in a row. And even in these frigid temperatures, that takes a lot. That takes a lot. Right
That's
there.
what George Washington would have wanted. I'm telling you. At Valley Forge, when they were freezing their asses off. But somehow George Washington is having hot cocoa,
I don't got shoes in the snow, but George Washington, how do you have hot cocoa and a horse?
Yeah, I know.
What's going on here?
We're starving here.
You want to throw some of that cocoa our way? At least, come on. How about a marshmallow to go on this campfire? Let's go.
Along with an Air Crew brew. You have time with Air Crew brew?
Yeah. Where's the Air Crew brew from the tavern, Come on. Jeez. Oh, man. Well, we get a history lesson and 2 football calls from Sam Wu right there. And yes, another PPG power play goal, the 3rd of the game for your New Jersey Devils at 13:32. And this was Dougie with a rocket shot from the point again. Well, actually, the first one, he was more off to the faceoff circle. So this one was kind of straight on. And then Nico Hischier, he photobombed Dougie Hamilton, because you're like, oh, man, this one's going in. And then all of a sudden, Nico just kind of whoop, sneaks into the picture and then puts his stick there and a little tip action right past the goaltender, Swayman, for Nico's 23rd, his team-leading 23rd goal of the year. Dougie gets his 24th assist, 2-point night for Dougie, 3-point night for Nico, 2-point night for Dawson, 2-point night for Timo Meier. The shakeup that we've all been hoping for. And there might be more on the way. Keep your eye on old Evans up there in Montreal. I think our boy Fitzy has been eyeballing him to see if Montreal's going to give him an extension or not. And if he doesn't get it, he's having a career year right now. Be on the lookout for him to be on the move. So there might be more shakeup coming. We will see. But right now, these line changes, I think were desperately needed. I think we can all say that. They were desperately needed. And they worked pretty damn well. That's my second Larry David for the night. Shots on goal for the Bruins. This is what we like to see. 5-10-8 for a total of 23. That's getting back down there to that 20-ish range where our boys were keeping their opponents on a consistent basis. For the Devils, it's been a long time since we've done this. 12-17-6 for a Slayer Raining Blood tribute total of 35 raining pucks from the Devils on the ice. Woo! It's been, I can't even count how many games since we've been raining pucks Face-off, man, they split it right down the center. 27 wins for each team in the face-off circle. Bruins are 0 for 3 on the power play. Devils 3 for 7. Only 11 hits for each team. That's kind of shocking. Devils had 17 block shots, only 12. Old Yellard, only 12 giveaways, which, hey, that's a hell of a lot better than like the 22, 23 that we have been seeing in these recent games. Devils win a much needed victory, 5-1 over the Boston Bruins, and the Devils gain a point because, like we talked about, Carolina and the Capitals are not waiting around. The Devils are now in third place in the Metro. They have dropped behind the Carolina Hurricanes. Both teams have games in hand on the Devils, but the Devils now have 60 points with 50 games played. They sit at 27, 17, and 6. The Canes, with only 48 games played, are 29, 16, and 3 for 61 points. And the Caps, oh, forget about it, 32, 10, and 5 for 69-point total. With only 47 games, they got 3 games in hand on the Devils. But this is exactly what this team needed to get back on that positive side. Because we know these last 3 weeks, it has been a struggle. Not only for us, but you could see it. You could see the boys on the ice struggling with it too. Because they weren't playing awful, but they were definitely not playing as well as they were. That's for sure. And they just did not have any finish for the past 3 weeks. Let us hope that slide is over, and this is the start of our new winning ways here for the rest of the season, because only 32 more games left. Can you believe it? 50 games we've already played. Unbelievable. Let's see what you think about it. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, X, hit us up. We got the YouTube chat going on over here. Let's bring back in the king of the football calls over here, Sam. By God, woo! And what did you think about this game tonight, Sam?
Well, Jacques Lemaire night. Devils don't do well when we have these ceremonies, but the players out there, they watch greatness being honored. It was a nice ceremony seeing Lou Lamoriello, Larry Robinson back, Scott Niedermayer, Scott Stevens, some of the old Devils, Jim Dowd. And you forget how much of an impact that Lemaire had on this organization. That back in '95 winning the Stanley Cup, I mean, basically his arrival changed the entire mindset of the New Jersey Devils. Having never won a cup, in the shadow of the New York Rangers, and even after losing in that Eastern Conference Finals in '94, but to come back, put New Jersey on the map, and also preventing a possible relocation of the franchise to Nashville, that definitely deserves his name in the Ring of Honor. Then he had his second tour of duty, which they did well, but no playoff success. And then having to clean up John McLean's mess, which ultimately landed Adam Larson, which Taylor Hall, and then now Dawson Mercer. So you see the lineage over there because of that one season that John McLean had, that Lemaire came in. One of the most impressive things about Lemaire when he came in that mid-season was that he had to reteach the team even to hold the stick because they had to get back to basics. And I even told Mrs. Wu that Jacques Lemaire taught the fundamentals, and the fundamentals was a really, really strong foundation for the New Jersey Devils franchise, which led to the 3 cups and 5 Stanley Cup appearances. Now, the game itself, Devils, again, the Boston Bruins depleted. I guess there's some kind of bug going on, but everybody's dealing with the bug. Even in our personal lives, there's a bug going on. People getting sick, but you deal with it. Now, Markstrom going down, not good. Not good at all.
Everyone's saying in the chat, thank you everyone for chiming in here. Knee, possible MCL.
Yeah.
Those sprains, hopefully it's not torn, but even those sprains, they take a little while. And I just want to point out, Sam Wu, Brooke Amanda is actually saying nice things about Jake Allen. She may ask you to take his jersey out of your queue. I'm just throwing it out there.
No, I'm a big Jake Allen fan from day one.
Oh, we know you, but Brooke, not so much. She wants you to have the jersey in the queue because we know if you buy a jersey, whoop, they're off the team.
Yeah.
You know?
No.
So
we're all good.
Jake the Snake is back. The Girl Scouts of Las Vegas may not be happy, but Sam Wu is definitely happy.
Definitely happy. Because Jake the Snake rose to the occasion, but so did the New Jersey Devils. I mean, they had that one sequence there, Scotty, where they just kept Boston in their own zone where they couldn't even get a line change.
Yeah.
And then when they did, it was a partial change, and they just kept coming. Now, you got to give Swayman a lot of credit in that bunch of flurries. I mean, it was rapid fire. It was open season against the Bruins in that 3.5 minutes. I mean, the Devils had their muskets, loaded. A lot of gun references here. They had their... Yeah,
and they gotta dump the gunpowder in, and then push the bullet all the way
flint,
down.
Ready, aim, fire,
reload.
Yeah, charge. And charge they did. I mean, that was a tremendous amount of energy. Now notice, and I think it was Bryce that was talking about it again. They went back to the north-south game. They went hard to the net. That was the issue with their scoring, is they weren't going to the net. They were all this, fancy schmancy passing, east, west. But no, you got to get the puck towards the net. And they did that. And even the big, bad Boston Bruins, I mean, they withstood that onslaught. But, man, was that just a heck of a sequence there, where it was just like, bam, they would the Devils' forechecking as well was so relentless.
Yes.
That it just, that could have been, I don't know, like in that sequence, Scotty, they didn't finish, but man, did it just kind of just shake up the game, and the Devils dominated there on after. So I honestly was very happy. I was very happy they honored Jacques Lemaire by getting this victory, a 5-1
long overdue
victory.
too.
Yeah,
long overdue, and just in general with the Ring of Honor and everything like that, very, very, very long overdue.
Also, Jack Hughes, again, not screwing around. He's just going down the ice, and if there's nothing there, he would just dump it in. A few times, I didn't see anything. From what I saw, there wasn't anything glaring from the Turnover brothers tonight.
You're turning into the shop teacher from South Park. You're screwing around too much. You're gonna lose a hand. You're screwing around.
Here, how about this? Those boys were walking in the tool shed. Remember that? What was that? Something Hill? I forgot the...
King of the Hill?
Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
Those boys were walking in I don't know why that came up to in my head. Must have been the football helmet.
Must have been.
Waiting 5 to 10 minutes in between touchdowns.
Sam was like, if I take this off, I may not be able to get it back on in time for the second touchdown call.
It's kind of like ice skates. Same thing. Once you take it off, it doesn't go back in.
And St. Pollock here, Mark, you can't rush back from the injury either. Otherwise, it could turn into something worse. Absolutely.
Well,
absolutely.
I also want to make a point there as well. There were some bloggers, and I'm not criticizing, but there were some bloggers that suggested, should we trade Jake Allen? you get some value because it's Markey's team. He's having a great year, whatnot. This is why you have Jake Allen on your team for these situations. You never know when they're going to come. Right now, as far as we know, Markstrom is going to be out for a little bit. Hopefully it's just a little bit, not a lot. But Jake Allen.
Not a lot of bit, just a little bit. Not a lot of bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. So he's going to go to the Apothecary. Is that a Revolutionary War
wow.
reference?
I mean, you're impressing Robert Isaacson over here. From Valley Forge to King of the Hill. I mean, Sam Wu has, quite the range of references tonight. Yeah.
Yeah. But now that 1B is the 1A right now. Now, what are the Devils going to do? Are they going to call up? Who are they going to call up?
Poulter, Dawes. Who do you think is the next one is going to be coming up?
I don't know.
Poulter's come up before.
Yeah.
When wasn't it Jake Allen went down for a little bit, right? And he was the backup to Markey there for it was only 2 games or something like that. He didn't get in, but. And another little tidbit, this is the first time we've actually replaced a goaltender this season.
Yeah.
Every time Markey and Allen have started a game, they finished it. Even that one Tampa Bay game where Allen let up, the 8 goals, it was over the course of the entire game, not just 5 here in the first and let's pull them, no Devils goaltender has been pulled so far this season. That's an interesting little tidbit that I didn't even pick up on. I think that was Bryce Salvador said it on the broadcast over here. But yeah.
So how many points do the Devils have right now? 60?
60.
60. So
Kane's got 61. Cap's got 69.
Okay.
Kane's got 2 games in hand.
If you asked me the beginning of the season, if the Devils had 60 points by the end of January, I would have taken it. Yeah. I would have taken it after what happened last season. But right now, Jacob Markstrom, the playoffs start in mid-April.
Playoffs?
He can afford to rest. That's all I'm trying to say. He can afford to rest. It's going to be a little bit of a rough ride for the New Jersey Devils. But you know what? If they play great team defense in front of Allen and the way Allen performed tonight, the Devils will be fine.
I think what it is, though, is I don't think Jake Allen could do the runs that Markey could. Allen, I don't think you're going to stick in there 5-6 games in a row. So whoever does come up, whether it's Dawes or Poulter, I don't even know if all those guys are healthy. I gotta look down at the AHL level and see who's actually healthy right now.
And this is where it's going to get interesting, Scotty, because you got the Four Nations games coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's not stupid now when your goaltender's laid up because that buys time. So if Allen can go on a little run before the break, if he can go on a run before the break, most of the team will be taking a 2 weeks off, including Markstrom, if it's going to be that long. Hopefully this is not season ending, okay? But
yeah.
But he did skate off. Yeah, it was ginger, whatever, but he technically was under his own power.
He was
towards
getting
the end there.
Yeah,
but he waved him off. He waved him off.
He really wasn't putting a lot of.
I know, but I'm trying to be hopeful.
And yes, Max, I saw. Yeah, I mean, Keith said Markey will miss some time, but we just don't have a definite guesstimate. Is this going to be a 2-week thing? Is it going to be a 2-month thing? You never know with these, with these knee sprains.
Yeah.
They can, especially for a goaltender as well, who's got to go up, down like that. That's a big thing. And Pollock is right. You don't want to rush him back and have, him re-injure it prior to the playoff run. So yeah, it might be a good thing that he rests up, and this Four Nations face off is gonna, make us take a little break from the action. That might, just kind of actually work out in our favor because Markstrom will not be going now. He will not be playing for Team Sweden, so maybe that will be a positive. But I think it's going to, it's going to be interesting to see who does come up and get those spot starts. Will it be Poulter? Will it be Dawes? We've seen Dawes before. We know he had a good run for a little bit. He had like a 2-3 week run last year, which culminated with the outdoor game, and then it just kind of all fell apart on him. Has he learned that consistency? I'm not sure. I haven't paid as much attention to the AHL as the comments as maybe I should have, or maybe I should be.
Chris Boker's comment. Do you see that?
He took the weight off when he hit the tunnel. It looked like my seats were 5 feet away from it. Hopefully, it's not season ending. Yeah, Serve says I think it's going to be short term. I hope so. Poulter played tonight. Poulter got a win tonight. 7-1 final. Okay, thank you, Max. And Wimpy. All right. But yeah, I don't see Jake Allen. I don't think he's that guy anymore that can do what Markstrom has been doing for us all season with the streaks of starts. I think we're going to see that backup goaltenders in there, more often than maybe we're expecting. So we'll have to, we don't need to, we're just speculating now because we don't know the full extent of the injury. So, I'm sure there'll be more reports out tomorrow and everything. When is Max says 4 to 6 weeks, most likely. Couple of weeks, says Serve. So, that'll take us right into that Four Nations face-off. So maybe he'll be good to come back afterwards. We don't have a game till Saturday up there in Montreal. So maybe Jake the Snake will be ready to play his former team there and prove them wrong. And maybe we'll also get to see the other Jake, Evans, who I know the Devils have had their eyes on, bringing in as a third-line center. Yeah. What do you think, Samu?
Now I'm all doom and gloom.
Now you're all doom and gloom, huh?
Yeah, just reading these comments. I was hoping I was just hoping he was day to day.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We got to see what happens. Now, if you don't know, Jake Evans, plays center up there for the Canadians, right-handed shot, 28 years old. He's going to be a UFA. He's having arguably his best year of his career here. He's got 11 goals, 14 assists, for 25 points. I think the big thing, too, is, he's a +9. And also he's registered, I think, like somewhere close to set. It's like either, I can't remember if it was 63 or 68 hits already on the season, which would be nice to bring that physical aspect to it. He's about 6 foot, I think, like about $185. So he's not a big bruiser, but he plays hard. And he's having, it says 190 here on Hockey Reference. But 47 games played, he's by far having his best season. Last year he had 28 points, 7 goals, 21 assists, but that's in a full 82 games. And he was a -1, So right now he's only played 47 games and he's already got 25 points. So he's having, that breakout year. Montreal may try to sign him to an extension, but we'll see what happens. He may not want to stick around up there. He may want to try his chances somewhere else, and he would fit in really well in New Jersey. That's for sure.
That's for sure.
So we'll see. Unless I missed something in the news about him, since yesterday. We'll see him on Saturday. So you'll be able to get an up-close look of his play Saturday when the Devils play up there in Montreal. The Canadiens.
If you ever go to the Bell Center, try the hot dogs there. Excellent.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Are they Chico recommended?
No, they're Sam Wu recommended.
Oh, they're Sam Wu recommended. Okay, all right.
The buns are soft, and they toast it. They toast it. Yeah.
Very nice.
And then you take that, yeah. They're very good. Very good.
All right, Sam Wu. Well, I think we should wrap this bad boy up. Great win for the Devils. Very, very nice ceremony, honoring the legend of Jacques Lemaire. More than overdue. Hope Larry Robinson isn't too far behind. Chico. There's some names they need to get up there. And hopefully it will continue. Because the Devils do have a nice storied history now. And there are plenty of names that deserve to be in those rafters. So love to see it continue and love to see all the ex-players that came out tonight for Jacques to honor him. And like I said, I mean, there might be one or two coaches else you can think of, when you think greatest coach in the history of the Devils. But Jacques is definitely, I would say, one of those three. I know the three I'm thinking of.
Larry Robinson, too, right?
Jacques, Larry, and Pat Burns. Yeah, those are the three I'm thinking of right there. But, yeah.
Not Kevin Constantine?
Not Kevin Constantine, no. No, he didn't make the cut for me, unfortunately. No.
Or Brent Sutter?
Brent Sutter. Oh, man. Thanks, Brent. Really appreciate it.
What a disappointment.
Oh.
He was. I mean, look, they did win. It's just they didn't go anywhere in the playoffs. I mean, that
didn't go anywhere in the playoffs. Yeah. And then he bolted to go do his Red Deer thing. So thanks, Brent. Really appreciate it. We put all our eggs in your basket, and then you just dumped it.
Yeah. And
yes, Tom McVie. Yes, Tom McVie just passed as well.
Yeah.
John Hines. I don't know there, Max. I don't know about that one.
What did he accomplish?
I think he's actually got the most wins because he was there for so long because Shiro wouldn't fire him.
I mean, that guy. I get
Lou. Lou had Lou liked to old yeller coaches. He had an itchy trigger finger.
Totally. I'm just saying that John Hines. I mean, I love to watch him interview for jobs because I don't know how that guy gets. Anytime he interviews, he gets another hockey coaching job. Anyway, Herb Brooks, he had that 1 year before Jacques.
Pete DeBoer had some good stuff too, but he seems to have really figured it out now with Dallas. He kind of feel like he was still putting the pieces of the puzzles together as a coach.
Yeah.
And he's gotten a really good run now going on.
I mean, people
good for Pete.
People forget that after Herb Brooks, the locker room was kind of in disarray a little bit. I think a lot of the players were just mad at Claude Lemieux. And there was, believe it or not, I don't think Herb Brooks had a good control of that locker room. It took a Jacques Lemaire to just settle everybody down, have that respect. And I'm not saying that Herb Brooks is not respected coach. I don't think his style fit the team at that time period very well, and they were having none of it. And they barely, got into the playoffs. But Jacques Lemaire changed the entire fabric, culture, foundation of the New Jersey Devils. And I'll tell you what, I wonder if Lou Lamoriello where would he be without Jacques Lemaire?
That's a good question. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But.
All right, Sam Wu, let's wrap this bad boy up over here. We'll be back on Saturday. Do it all over again for you. Montreal Canadiens and New Jersey Devils up there in Canada. Game Day Live with Vinny Parisi. Short Scott, Sam Wu, and then, of course, Devils After Dark post-game. Yeah!
Yeah, we got something special going on Saturday night, but also because of the preemption, State of the Fan address tomorrow, 8:30, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Nick Villano and I, pucksandpitchforce.com. We'll talk more puck, Devils hockey. All right. Dropping the podcast at midnight. Till next time, let's go Devils.